There's a quiet in the living room tonight, the kind that only comes past one. The city's folded into white under street lamps, one by one. I'm sitting where the curtain parts, watching snow erase the cars, with a sweater wrapped around my hands, like it's doing more than it can. The floorboards crack a little tune, the radiator hums along. It's not a sad or happy mood, just somewhere soft in between. I let my phone go dark and still no need to chase another thought. There's something honest in the chill that winter always seems to bring. I think about the year gone by, not in regret, not asking why, just tracing shapes of how it moved, like breath against the glass. The room is small, but it's enough for scattered books and warming cups, for quiet questions with no rush to find out what they mean. These are the soft hours by the window, where nothing has to be explained. Snow falling slow and simple, tapping gently on the pane. No big revelations, no tears I have to hide, just these soft hours by the window and the rhythm of the night. I used to fill the dark with noise to keep the silence out, but lately I just let it stay and let it move around. It settles on the empty chair, it lingers in the lamplight air, but it doesn't feel so heavy now. It almost feels like home. There's comfort in the steady things, in winter coats and silver rings, and knowing I don't have to fix every drift in thought. These are the soft hours by the window, where nothing has to be explained. Snow falling slow and simple, tapping gently on the pane. No grand conclusions, no need to make it right, just these soft hours by the window holding me tonight. Maybe this is growing up, letting moments be enough. Not every feeling needs a name, not every spark of flame. The night can stay just as it is, a quiet, ordinary bliss. These are the soft hours by the window, where thoughts can come and go. Snow writing little secrets only I will know. Nothing loud or breaking, nothing burning bright, just these soft hours by the window, keeping warm the night. The snow keeps falling softly. City breathing low, I'll turn the lamp off slowly and let the winter glow. You didn't do anything wrong. That's the hardest part to say. No slammed doors, no shattered glass, just feelings fading away. We were careful with each other, measured every word, but silence grew between us, louder than it ever deserved. I kept waiting for a reason, something sharp enough to blame. But sometimes love just changes without a villain to name. You didn't do anything wrong, and neither did I. We just woke up one morning and something didn't feel right. No tragedy, no storm, just a quiet. You didn't do anything wrong, we just ran out of time. I still laugh at your joke when they cross my mind, and I hope that someone else gets your gentle side. It would be easier to hate you, to turn this into war, but the truth is much simpler. We just weren't us anymore. I thought love was forever if nobody messed it up, but forever sometimes ends without being enough. You didn't do anything wrong, that's what makes it sting. No broken promises, no missing ring, just two people drifting like they're meant to. You didn't do anything wrong, we just outgrew. Maybe that's what growing is. Not every story burns, some just slowly dim the lights and quietly adjourn. You didn't do anything wrong, and I hope you believe that loving you was honest, even when I had to leave. No anger in my voice, no bitterness inside. You didn't do anything wrong, it just changed overnight. And that's the kind of ending that takes the longest to write.
The velvet curtain falls on a stage of empty seats. The echo of our laughter still haunts these cobblestone streets. I'm tracing every outline of the shadows that we cast, a gallery of memories too beautiful to last. You were the silver lining in a sky of iron gray. Now the script is overwritten and the colors fade away. The strings begin to tremble in a low and minor key, a symphony of longing for the ghost of you cinematic heartbreak fades to gold. I find you in the flickering of a neon-lighted bar, a distant dying glimmer of a once divided star. The arrangement is sophisticated, the irony is sharp. I'm pulling at the tension of a finely tuned harp. Every word we whispered is a polished modern line in a play where we're the villains and the ending is divine. The strings begin to tremble in a low and minor key, a symphony of longing for the ghost of you and me. And oh, the cinematic heartbreak fades to gold, a timeless performance, a story left untold. We're caught in the static of a widescreen dream where nothing is ever as real as it seems, floating through the reverb of a love that's lost its hold. Watch as this cinematic heartbreak fades to gold. Faded film grain on the moments we made, a masterpiece of sorrow in the light and the shade. Break the stereo field, let the silence expand. I'm reaching for a ghost with a trembling to gold, a story that will never grow old, to fade into gold. Is it cold out there?
Only if you're looking.
Is the signal clearer? It's always been cooking. We're walking on the wire of a digital dream, floating on the current of a silver stream. The city is a circuit, the city is a cage, waiting for the world to turn another page. Oh, can you hear the echoes in the hollow tonight, shining in the middle of a different light? I'm a paper pilot, I'm a dreamer in flight, searching for the source of a different man. Oh, can you hear the echoes in the hollow tonight, shining in the middle of a different light? I'm a paper pilot, I'm a dreamer in flight, searching for the source of a different light. The morning is a scar
in the middle of the desert
where the memories are. But we're not looking back, we're not looking down, the source of a different life.
You talk fast, I tune it out. Same old lines, different mouth. You lean close, like it's a game. I don't even catch your name. You say I'm hard to read, I say you read too deep. Not every look's a sign, not every pause means mine. Clock strikes, I check the door. Heard it all, 1,000 more. You want sparks, something loud. I prefer a quieter crowd. You keep trying, I stay still. Not your story, not your thrill. Say less, I get enough. Don't dress it up like love. You move fast, I don't rush. Say less, don't say too much. No need for big confessions, no late night second guesses. You want more, I want none. Say less, I'm already done. 2 a.m. you hit my phone, where you at? Like I don't know. I let it ring, I let it fade. Some things don't deserve replay. You chase highs quick and clean, I don't fit, you're in between. I'm not cold, just precise, I don't roll the same dice. You build scenes in your head, things I never even said. You want depth in a glance, I'm not here for your romance. You keep pushing, I step back, no reaction that you lack. Say less, I get enough. Don't dress it up like love. You move fast, I don't rush. Say less, don't say too much. No blurred lines to follow, no maybe, no tomorrow. You want more, I want none. Say less, I'm already done. Not mysterious, just not yours. Not dramatic, just bored. You want meaning in my tone, there's no hidden overtone. Say less, that's enough. Don't turn it into love. You talk big, I stay calm. Say less, I'm moving on. No need for explanations, no drawn out conversations. You want more, I want none. Say less, I'm already gone. Say less.
When a low-key satellite circle in your room, in the quiet of the afternoon gloom, watching the light move across your face, floating in this tiny hollow space. I don't need to speak, I don't need to move, just staying in this blue and steady groove. The ceiling is a screen where I play our tapes, turning all the shadows into familiar shapes. You're sleeping like a secret, breathing like a song, in a world where nothing's ever really wrong. I'll just stay in orbit, I'll just stay on track, watching as the universe starts to fade to black. I remember the coffee and the cold morning air, and the way the sunlight caught your messy hair. We were talking about nothing, just passing the time, without any reason, without any rhyme. Now the house is a museum, the house is a shell, hiding all the stories that I'm not supposed to tell. I'll just keep on drifting, I'll just keep on the run, until I find the light of a different sun. The stars are all static, the stars are all white, in the middle of this long and a lonely night. But I'm your satellite, and I'm here to stay until the last of the memories just withers away. And the time is a river, the time is a ghost, haunting the things that we value the most. I'm a flicker in the circuit, a spark in the wire, feeding on the embers of a cold, quiet fire. Oh, I'm your low-key satellite tonight, shining in the middle of a different light, with a heart so quiet and a soul so clear. Everything I need is already here. It's a modern anthem, a bit of a sigh, floating through the middle of a violet sky. I'm your low-key satellite tonight, shining in the middle of a different light, with a heart so quiet and a soul so clear. Everything I need is already here. It's a modern anthem, a bit of a sigh, floating through the middle of a violet sky. Low-key, still in orbit, just for you.
I've been memorizing the cracks upon the ceiling, folding every shadow, hiding every feeling. The tea has gone cold in a cup I never touched. I've been holding on to nothing, and I'm holding it too much. The silence in this hallway has a heavy wooden sound, like a secret buried deep beneath the frozen ground. I practiced my breathing so you wouldn't hear the strain of a heart that's been trying to outrun the rain. We talk about the weather, we talk about the news, but we're walking on a wire with everything to lose. The porcelain is thinning, I can feel the tiny light breaking through the armor in the middle of the night. The guitar is humming a truth I can't deny, a low and steady rhythm underneath the darkened sky. And my throat is getting tighter with every word I miss. How do we end up on the edge of a cliff like this? So let it all shatter, let the pieces hit the floor. I can't keep the ghosts from scratching at the door. It's a raw confession, it's a jagged-edged plea, the ghost of the woman that I used to be. I'm breaking wide open, I'm letting it through, the weight of the things that I never told you. There's a photograph photograph of us in a frame made of dust, before the gold turned to iron, before the iron turned to rust. I used to think that love was a quiet, steady flame, but now it's just a fever and I've forgotten my own name. I've been drowning in the shallow, I've been starving at the feast, while the hunger in my spirit only turned into a beast. So let it all shatter, let the pieces hit the floor. I can't keep the ghosts from scratching at the door. It's a raw confession, it's a jagged-edged plea, the ghost of the woman that I used to be. I'm breaking wide open, I'm letting it through, the weight of the things that I never told you. Do you hear the breakage? Do you feel the heat of 1,000 unspoken words dying at your feet? I'm not a statue, I'm not made of stone. I'm a forest on fire, standing all alone. I'm screaming in the silence, I'm bleeding in the light. Give me a reason to survive this night. So let it all shatter, let the pieces hit the floor. I can't keep the ghost from scratching at the door. It's a raw confession, it's a jagged-edged plea, the ghost of the woman that I used to be. I'm breaking wide open, I'm letting it through, the weight of the things that I never told you. I'm finally empty, the secret is out, the end of the shadows, the end of the doubt.
The wheels are spinning on the asphalt road, leaving behind the heavy and the weary load. The streetlights are passing like a string of curls, in a world that's for the dreamers and the city girls. I got my headphones on and my spirits high, racing with the moon across the midnight sky. I saw a cat sitting on a garden wall, watching as the shadows of the city fall. The air is a secret, the air is a chill, but I'm moving with the rhythm of a steady will. I don't need an engine, I don't need a car to get to the place where the memories are. And the road is a rhythm of a load, taking us to places that we didn't even know. I'm a midnight rider, I'm a child of the wheel, loving the way that the night makes me feel. Oh, we're riding on a midnight bicycle tonight. Everything is shining in the artificial light, with the groovy bass hit a rhythm so sweet. I'm feeling the heat from the middle of the street. It's a city anthem, a modern refrain, washing out the static in the everyday pain. I remember the silence, I remember the dark, before we found the beauty of the city park. Now the world is a playground, the world is a stage, and I'm finally turning a beautiful
the moon, knowing that the morning's gonna come too soon. The morning can't wait, the morning can stay in the bestie corner of the yesterday. Tonight is a diamond, tonight is a dream, floating on the current of a silver stream. I'll just keep on pedaling, keep on the move, in the middle of the city and the middle of the tonight. Everything is shining in the artificial light, with a groovy bass and a rhythm so sweet. I'm feeling the heat from the middle of the street. It's a city anthem, a modern refrain, washing out the static and the everyday pain. Keep on riding through the park, midnight bicycle.
I woke up late again, sunlight crawling across the floor. Coffee's cold, but I don't mind it. I'm not rushing anymore. Your message from last night still glowing on my screen. Nothing heavy, nothing deep, just hey, how have you been? We don't talk like we used to, but we don't say goodbye. Somewhere in the in-between is where we let it lie. It's a Saturday without a plan, windows open, ceiling fan. I let the quiet fill the room instead of reaching out to you. Maybe love is softer now, less forever, more somehow. I'm learning how to understand a Saturday without a plan. The city hums outside like it's moving on its own. Everyone's got somewhere to be. I'm okay being alone. I tried to call it something, what we were, what we are, but labels always felt too big for something this small. You don't haunt me like before, you just pass through sometimes, like a song I used to love but forgot the lines. It's a Saturday without a plan, nothing slipping through my hands. No dramatic final scene, no desperate in between. Maybe this is growing up, not giving in, not giving up, just letting life unfold and land on a Saturday without a plan. Saturday without a plan, and I'm finally where I stand. Not waiting for the phone to ring, not needing anything. If you call, I'll say hello. If you don't, I'll let it go. There's freedom in this open hand on a Saturday without a plan. The sun goes down, the day feels kind. You talk while I'm nodding, but I'm somewhere else, scrolling through feelings I don't tell. Your words are landing, but not that deep. There's a part of me you couldn't keep. I'm here in the moment, at least halfway. The other half is drifting away. You've got half of my attention, half of my time, half of the reasons I'm crossing that line. I'm trying to be present, trying to stay, but half of my attention slips away. It's not that you're lacking or doing it wrong. It's just that my focus is never that strong. I keep one foot ready to quietly leave, like I don't trust what I receive. You've got half of my attention, half of my heart, half of the courage to fully start. I'm standing beside you, but part of me strays. Half of my attention fades away. Maybe I'm scared of giving too much, or maybe I'm tired of keeping in touch. You've got half of my attention, and that's unfair. You deserve someone completely there. So if I look distant, it's not about you. Half of my attention is missing too. I'm learning to stay instead of divide, to keep all my focus right here by your side. We met under city lights, talking like we own the night. Everything felt possible in that bar of neon glow. You said love was just a word people use when they get bored, but you held my hand too tight for someone so unsure. I knew we were temporary, even as I leave. promises and taxis swore we'd never change, but morning has a way of putting truth back in its place. Your apartment felt like a movie until the credits rolled. Turns out chemistry is fragile when the weather turns cold. I don't regret a second of the nights we didn't sleep, but some flames are just reflections on the surface of the street. City lights don't mean forever, they just flicker when you move. We were fire in the darkness, but not built to make it through. We were honest in the moment, and that's more than most can say. City lights don't mean forever, they just fade away. If I see you in the summer, I'll probably still smile. Some stories are mistakes, they're just temporary miles. City lights don't mean forever, but they made us feel alive. For a second we believed we were more than just the night, and that's enough to carry even when it's done. City lights don't mean forever, but I'm glad we had one. Neon fades into the dawn. Some things glow, then they're gone. You look different on my screen, pixelated memories. We were louder in between coffee cups and crowded streets. Tapping feels so incomplete, like a version trimmed and neat. We don't laugh the way we did when we share the same heartbeat. Maybe distance makes it safer, maybe that's why we pretend. But the silence hits much harder when you press in. We were better in real life, where the air was thick and bright, where your shoulder brushed against me by accident every night. Now it's filtered through a lens, and it never feels the same. We were better in real life before we learned to play the game. Your voice note from last week, still sitting in my phone. I replay the part you hesitate, like I'm not alone. We don't fight, we don't collide, we just slowly blur away. It's amazing how two people can drift without a way. We were better in real life before we edited the truth, before we both got careful with the things we used to do. Now it's clean and calculated, nothing messy, nothing wild. We were better in real life when we didn't try. If I saw you at a corner store, would we laugh or just be kind? Would the past feel heavy or lighter in my mind? We were better in real life, and maybe that's enough. Not every almost love is built to last this long. Still I keep a piece of us somewhere out of sight. We were better in real life, and that's alright. Wall, watching the empire start to fall. Coffee is bitter and the sky is gray, but I'm feeling fine in my own cold way. You talk in circles, you talk in rhymes, but I've outrun those heavy times. Check my reflection in the subway glass, watching ghosts of the city pass. Independent, a little bit bored, cutting the strings of your broken chord. Don't need a savior, don't need a plan. I'm doing exactly the best I can. Oh, catch me if you're fast enough to try, walking through the dark with a steady eye. No dramatic exit, no grand design, just tailored shadows in a clear straight line. I'm moving on, I'm feeling light in the middle of the London night. Yeah, I'm feeling light in the middle of the night. If static noise doesn't reach my ears, I've traded the doubts for the better years. Chic and distant, a little bit sharp. I'm not the angel on your golden harp, just a silhouette in a tailored coat, keeping my own head well afloat. Oh, catch me if you're fast enough to try, walking through the dark with a steady eye. No dramatic exit, no grand design, just tailored shadows in a clear straight line. I'm moving on, I'm feeling life in the middle of the London night. No lo-fi haze, just a crystal view. I'm seeing everything, especially you. One step, two step out of the frame. I've already forgotten your name. Just tailored shadows, a clear straight line. Yeah, I'm feeling
I'm sitting in the car in the driveway now, trying to remember all the why and how. Static on the radio is humming a tune.
underneath the shadow of a paper moon. I'm too small for this jacket, too young for this heart. I didn't know that staying would be the hardest part. You used to tell me that I had a gentle soul, but now I'm just a boy losing all control. The steering wheel is cold beneath my hands, watching all the sand fall through our plans. I wanna go back to the start of the year, before the silence became the only thing that I hear. And my voice is shaking like a leaf on a tree, wishing you could still see the best in me. I'm fragile as a bird, I'm thin as the air, wondering if you ever really were there. Oh, it's just static on the radio, noise in the dark, trying to find a way to reignite the spark. I'm a little bit broken, I'm a little bit lost, counting up the minutes and the heavy cost of a love that was bigger than a boy could hold, left out here shivering in the bitter cold. I passed by the school where we used to hide, with all of the secrets that we kept inside. The playground is empty, the swings are all still, just like the ghost of my iron will. I'm growing up faster than I wanted to, becoming a stranger to the thought of you. The headlights are dim and the night is so long, I'm trying to find the ending to our song, but the tape is tangled and the sound is blurred, and I'm losing the meaning of every word. I'll just stay here in the static and the haze, living through the echoes of the better days. Oh, it's just static on the radio, noise in the dark, trying to find a way to reunite the spark. I'm a little bit broken, I'm a little bit lost, counting up the minutes and the heavy cost of a love that was bigger than a boy could hold, left out here shivering in the bitter cold. Just static, are you still there? I'm everywhere, I'm everywhere. You didn't slam the, you just closed it slow, like you didn't want the hallway to know. No scene, no dramatic pause, no tears on cue, just a quiet shift in the way you move. I kept waiting for the crash, but it never came. Sometimes endings don't need flames. You made a soft exit, barely moved the air. No broken glasses, no heavy stare, just one less toothbrush in the sink. You made a soft exit before I could think. Your jacket's still here, like you might come back, but the space beside me says that's not a fact. We were steady for a while, or so I thought. Turns out comfort isn't always a card. You made a
exit, and I let you go. Not because I wanted to, but because I know some departures are meant to be quiet. You made a soft exit, and I didn't fight it. There's nothing playing in the background, no music filling up the room, just the sound of the fridge humming and the space between me and you. We used to need the noise to cover what we couldn't say. Now silence sits between us and it doesn't look away. I thought quiet meant something's wrong, but maybe it just means it's real. No dramatic soundtrack swelling, just the way we actually feel. There's nothing playing in the background, no violins to tell us why, no echo making this more tragic, no soft filter on goodbye. Just your voice and mine in a room that doesn't lie. There's nothing playing in the background, and that's why it's hard to hide. Windows slightly open, cars pass every now and then. It's funny how the smallest sounds feel louder in the end. You say we'll both be fine, like it's something we rehearsed, but honesty sounds different when it isn't dressed in words. I'm not waiting for a breakdown or some cinematic scene. Sometimes love just thins out slowly until it's barely seen. There's nothing playing in the background, no beat to make this move, no rising chord to save us, no rhythm left to prove. Just the truth in plain daylight, nothing hidden, nothing new. There's nothing playing in the background, just me and you. Maybe that's what growing is. Not every ending screams. Some just happen quietly without dramatic strings. There's nothing playing in the background, and maybe that's okay. Not every story needs a climax or a clever line to say. If this is how it fades without